Hi girlfriends, so I'm back with another video. Sorry it took so long for me to come back to you guys. So today's video is about, if you haven't already read the title, it's about my review in regards to the Instyler products. So there are two products that I'm trying out today. The first one is the Instyler Max. Now this is a two-way auto rotation styling tool. And I believe one of the main differences between this one and the other Instylers is the two-way auto rotation as well as some of the heat settings. So this one has 4 heat settings up to 425 ceramic heat. It also has a pro swivel line cord, and it also has a cooling tip for when you're using it. Now, I'm also going to be using the Instyler Straight Up ceramic straightening brush. So I've seen a lot of straightening brushes online and reviews, and you know, a lot of them don't have the best reviews. A lot of people have a lot of complaints about how they straighten the hair. Now, I saw a couple of videos about this particular brush, and a lot of people say that it heats up pretty well and it does a good job of straightening. So I don't really have high expectations about this, but I am intrigued to see how it compares to this Instyler, which is a lot more popular, this design, because of the way, the direct heat that it's putting on the hair. Now, keep in mind, when you have curly hair or natural hair, you do want to protect your hair. So today I am going to be using the Mielle Organics Mongongo Oil Thermal and Heat Protectant Spray today. I don't know if you guys can see, I'll put it a little bit close for you. So I'm using that today, and I'm going to be spraying this around my hair to protect it. I've already washed my hair. Let me just grab the two products for you. I washed my hair using their exfoliating shampoo, and I use from their other line from Mielle is their Pomegranate and Honey Leave-In Conditioner. So I didn't leave the conditioner in my hair because from my experience when I straighten my hair, when you leave too many products in your hair, you get a lot of smoke. So I'm trying to use as minimal products as I can, and also to avoid some buildup as well. So I've already washed my hair. As you guys can see, it's in a microfiber towel. My hair's still really wet. So what I am going to do is, off camera, I'm going to just kind of blow dry it without necessarily like passing a brush too much. I'm just gonna make sure that it's detangled and that it's dry, because I don't want to work with wet or damp hair. Ideally, you would want your hair to be dry. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'll be back so you guys can see the comparison once I take it out of the box as well. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I just finished passing the blower in sections, and then I just twisted up the section so it's a little bit easier when I start straightening. So before we get started, what I would like to do is, this wouldn't be a good full review if I didn't go over pricing and what the products came with. So I bought both of these at Sally Beauty Supply, and the Instyler Max, which is this one right here, it was originally $97.99. There was a sale of $10 off, so I ended up paying $87.99 for that. And then for the Instyler Straight Up, the ceramic brush, it was $59.99 and I paid $59.99. So, and they also told me, in case you don't like it, I asked, you know, am I able to get my money back or exchange it? They said I can get a refund as long as I have this receipt within 60 days. So this gives me also the opportunity to try out both for you guys and see which one I like. If I want to keep both, I'll keep both, and if I don't, I might return one or both. So that's the pricing. Now I want to show you what each one came with. So for the brush, obviously it came with the brush. This is the cord. I'm already connected. I haven't turned it on yet. And it just comes with two manuals. One, I believe, is in French, and the other one in English. So I can tell you really quick what they kind of tell you as far as the product itself, how to use it basically. So it says to separate a section of hair to be straightened, place your straight up close to the roots of the section of the hair with the bristles facing away from the brush. So ideally, facing away would be this way. And hold the hair firmly and brush from root to ends, making sure the section of hair is secured in the bristles. Repeat steps 1 through 3 for each section of hair until the hair is straightened. And that's pretty much it for that. They also says it's a limited 1-year warranty. The good thing about Sally's, they also offer a 2-year warranty for purchase, usually about $8. They offered me both. I did not take them, mainly because I'm not sure which one I'm keeping. So I didn't see the benefit in keeping that. Well, in signing up for the warranty, sorry. Now, sorry, my ear's a little clogged. Okay, so now for this one, I'm gonna show you exactly what to bring. Obviously, the Instyler. Cool tip was separate. I just added it on. I did see a video of someone who used it, and their only con was this little thing. Their hair got caught around it, so I think I might take it off, but I'm gonna try it with it on first. And it also came with this little mat. This is a cooling mat, so you can place it on here instead of placing it on your desk, vanity, whatever it is that you're using to place it on. So that would be ideal to be using. It also came with this cooling clip, and one of the little pamphlets it came with clearly tells you that this, well, it's a cooling guard. It says do not remove or attach the thermal guard unless the unit is completely cool. So you can't use this obviously when it's hot, otherwise I'm sure it'll melt. This is just another little pamphlet showing you how to use the actual guard, the warranty, and then there's 2 manuals as well, one in French, one in English. And the English one goes into detail what not to do. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really into reading manuals, but since this is my first time using it, I think I should look it once over. And it kind of just goes into detail the multiple heat settings. It says for the 425 setting, it's ideal for thick hair. 383 is for medium to thick hair. 315 would be a thin to medium hair, and then 285 for thin hair. So I'm more on the medium to thick hair range, so I'll be doing the 383. I feel like 425 will be a bit too high. So we're gonna turn them both on. I'm gonna turn this one on to the 3rd bar setting, which is 383. And I'm gonna place that one on the mat. And I'm going to turn on the brush. So it's set at 450. I'm gonna bring it down to 370, just because I don't want it to be too hot, and if I need to increase it, obviously I will. Okay, so both products are pretty hot already. I will say they both heated up really quick. The Instyler Max got hot really quick. The Straight Up also was pretty quick. It took a little longer, but just as quick. It's pretty hot now too. So what I'm gonna do is section my hair off more away from my face. I'm gonna brush it out a little, so it's not too naughty. And I'm gonna grab the heat protector that I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna try and focus on my ends a little and kind of like rake it through. And I have to say, this smells so good. So good. Okay. It says, away from your face, you hold the brush. I'm gonna get close as I can. And I'm gonna brush down. Trying to go a little slow, give it some tension. It's not bad. Definitely need to pass it again. That's not bad for 2 passes, and mind you, this is on 370. It's not the highest heat setting. So I'm pretty impressed with the brush thus far. Now we're gonna try the Instyler. Now for this, I'm actually gonna section this once more, only because from seeing other videos, I think I have a little too much hair right now. Clip that away. All right. Hope I'm doing this correct. Not bad either. I think another pass would be better. Not bad. I'm trying to feel the difference. I will say, because this is a smaller section of hair compared to this, but I feel like the brush needs a little more hair to pass through. And I'm feeling both sides. They both feel pretty smooth. This side's a little bit smoother. And I did 2 passes for both. I feel like my ends came out a little better, only because with Max, it actually kind of curves the end, and this one just kind of does it straight down. So far so good. We're gonna continue. Do another section that I clipped away. Ends always get a little fairy knots on there. Pretty nice. I don't know if you can see it because the shirt is black. Let me swear here. For the sake of this video, I didn't film everything, only because I feel like it's a little repetitive for me to just keep using the stylers and you guys watching that. So I am going to show you how I'm going to do the front. This is the result so far. Again, this is the side that I used the Straight Up ceramic brush, and then the other side is the Instyler Max. I can't talk today. So this is how it looks thus far, and I'm gonna give you guys my pros and cons right before I finish the two little areas that I'm missing. This is the results with the Instyler Max, and this is the results with their straight ceramic brush. Well, I'm gonna start with the pros actually. I always like to start on a good note. One of the major pros of, sorry, I just wanted to turn it back on. One of the major pros about this one is there's multiple heat settings. I like that there's a lot more heat settings on this one than on the Max. Another pro is I'm able to grab bigger sections of hair and pass this through. Both of them require you to kind of go a little slow as you're passing it through, but I find that this one is definitely quicker. It took me a shorter amount of time to pass 2 passes on this side at 370. As opposed to the Instyler, I had to go smaller sections and much slower. So this to me, as far as time wise, is a lot quicker. Also, it does a pretty good job of, you know, straightening out your hair. Although I will say my hair is, again, so if you've been following me for a while, you know my curl pattern and how my hair texture is. I have medium 3B, 3C curls, so I have pretty tight curls and I have a decent thickness of hair. So, you know, straightening my hair is a long process. It usually takes me a couple of hours because I usually do rollers, then maybe a little blower, and then flat iron kind of situation. So it does take me a long time normally. I will say this is so quick because even though I passed the blower prior to, just so that my hair wouldn't be super damp when I did my hair, you know, the blow drying process was quick because I wasn't trying to be neat about it. I just wanted to dry my hair. So this, I will say, is really good for those who are like on a crunch time. And I will also say if you have thin curly hair, this would work great for your type of hair too, mainly because with thinner hair I feel like this would straighten out the curls a little smoother. Now the cons, I will say one of the big cons for me is the roots. It's so hard to really get your roots straight. I still have a lot of curl patterns going on here, and I feel like the minute that I would go outside, especially on a humid day, this would just frizz up big. My hair would be big and crazy, and so would my roots. So that's one of the major cons for me. Another con is the cord is super short. Luckily I have a plug right behind me, but I feel like it's so short, so I really don't like that. Also, I think this brush, and also from seeing reviews, it's not ideal for people with short hair because it's kind of harder to really get any hair kind of straight. So if you have long hair, I do think this would be a better fit for you. I'm, you know, on the cusp of pretty much long hair, so I think that worked out good for me, but I can see that for other people it might not work out so great. But those are the major cons for me. Overall, I do think this is a good product. I like the price point. I like what it does. Again, like I said, it didn't leave my hair bone straight, but I think it did a pretty good job of straightening out my strands without it feeling too rough. My hair still feels really soft. I don't know if it's because of this or the products I use. I think it might be a combination of both, honestly. But I think this is a good product, and if I had to, well, I'm in the position of whether I want to keep it or not, and I think I'm going to keep it. I think this would be really good to use for if you want to kind of stretch out your hair and do a protective style, like flexi rods, or you know, some kind of braid out or twist out or anything like that, but on stretched out hair. I think this is great for that. So I want to keep it because I think I can do a lot more styles using this for those kinds of things. Now moving on to the Instyler Max. So the pros about this, I would say I like that it left my hair a lot smoother than the straight up brush. I could see the difference. Also, I like that I'm able to curl my ends as opposed to the other side. It's just kind of ugly and dead on the ends. But this definitely does a good job. I did learn as I went on, because this was my first Instyler, that going really slow and in small sections of hair, it works really great that way. The more hair you grab, the quicker you go, you're not gonna get the best results. So some areas of my hair I feel like I'm gonna have to definitely retouch because I went too fast and I grabbed too much hair. But as I went on, I noticed that the less hair I grabbed, like you could see in the front, the less hair I grabbed, the better it was. I also like, the cord is pretty long. I like the swivel. That makes it really easy to turn and everything like that. I do like the cooling tip. I feel like it actually is a good placement. My hair didn't get caught on, and it might have been also because I was conscious of making sure it didn't get caught on that. And I like the brushes. However, I'm not sure if, I feel like they kind of made it a little too soft. I get that they probably didn't want it pulling on the hair. I feel like the chase method that you would use for when you use a flat iron, it's kind of what they were going for, but because the bristles are so soft, it's not doing much. I feel like they should have been a little bit firmer, and that would have been better. I like that it heats up really quick and that it has different heat settings. So that's really good. The major cons for me is that it just takes a lot longer to use than the straight up brush. It took me about, I want to say 40 minutes to do this side as opposed to like 25. I honestly wasn't timing, so I'm just giving you guys guesstimates. But I feel like this side was so much quicker to just kind of do, and then this side I had to like really take my time. But if you want a more polished, you know, voluminous, like glam look, I feel like this would give you more of that style. And the fact that you can also do curls with this, which I haven't tried yet, but I plan to try, is really good. I feel like there's a learning curve with this one though, where, you know, the more you practice, the better you get with it, because it is a little tricky. It looks like it's so easy, like, oh, I'll just run it. No, I think it takes a little practice to really get this, as opposed to the brush. It's kind of self-explanatory. And for the price point, that's another con for me. I feel like $100 was a little steep. I feel like this would be, I mean, even though I got a good deal because I got it for sale, I would say it should have been priced around the same price point, about 60, 70 bucks tops, I think would have been best. Am I keeping this? Definitely. This is better for my polished looks, so I think I will be definitely keeping this. So this is pretty much my full review on both. I will be posting pictures on my Instagram. If you're not already following, my Instagram is sweet_Sandy. So be sure to look out for that. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. So I used the Instyler again to pass over my hair, and I took my time. I made sure my ends were curled properly. I even tried some curling techniques on the front of my hair, and then I pinned them. So this is my results.